Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. Today I went to Fort Smith, Arkansas to pick up my Azure Standard order this month. I didn't get a ton of things this month, but I thought I would go ahead and show y'all what I got. Now, two of the things I won't be able to show you because I already put them in the freezer. I bought a great big case of frozen chicken. And I bought a 5-pound pack of frozen cranberries because by the time this video goes up, it will be November and we will be on the stretch towards Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays because once again this year, my entire family will be here. All of my kids and grandbabies in one place at the same time, and that always brings me joy. So I went ahead and I got all of those cranberries because I am going to be doing some canning. And then the case of chicken I got because I want to start sourcing my chicken a little more carefully, and I'll talk about that in a little while. But let's see, the first thing I got today was whole kernel canned corn because it's always nice to have some whole kernel corn in the pantry. And I only had a couple of cans left, and so I needed to get some more of that. I bought a whole case of lasagna noodles because, you know, we live in an area where grocery stores are very limited. There's not a lot around here. And what is around here is slim pickings sometimes as far as healthy, organic options. There is in Fort Smith a very small health food store. It's kind of like a baby-sized Whole Foods or Earth Fare or something like that. They do have like essential oils and herbs and a lot of natural health stuff, and then they have a little bit of groceries, but there's not a lot to choose from. So I've talked before about, you know, shopping at Azure Standard or Azure. I get corrected by people, but tomato, tomato. Anyways, stocked up on some lasagna because I like making lasagna for the family from time to time. And, you know, this year I will have most of the kids here one day and then all of them the next day. But that first night, it won't be Thanksgiving yet. And I thought, why don't I make lasagna for everybody when they're here? I did go ahead and get another 25 pounds, is it? Let me see. Yes, 25 pounds of sugar. And again, I don't do a lot of sugar consumption. Mr. Smith does most of the sugar consumption in his coffee. But it is baking season, you know, and sugar doesn't really go bad. If you have it in an airtight container, moisture proof, all that stuff, the worst thing that can happen with sugar is it'll clump together. You can just take an ice pick or a spoon, scrape at it, break it loose, it's still good. So I got another 25 pounds of sugar, got a couple more food grade buckets. I already had some lids, so I just got a couple more buckets. So this will go into that, sealed with a you know, an airtight lid, put away in storage. Friends, I'm happy to be partnering with Sanctified Supply Company. They are the people who make all of those great Biblical Feast t-shirts that you often see me wearing, and several more of the shirts that I have. You can find the link to their website in the video description down below and check out all of the things that they make. And when you shop there, you can save 10% if you use my discount code Cornbread. Go check them out. Got the noodles, and then this box here is kind of a repack box. So they reuse boxes that they have stuff that came in. So I've got some more of the Mylar bags. These are the quart size bags. And I love these zipper top bags because I can take the food out of my freeze dryer. I can put it into the bag, zip it shut, and I can fill, usually my 5-tray freeze dryer will fill up 5-quart bags of whatever I'm freezing. And so I can fill all 5 of my bags, have them closed while I'm working on all the bags. And then when they all get done, I'll open up my oxygen absorbers. I ordered some off of Amazon, and what I loved about these oxygen absorbers is the whole bag is full of little bags, and each little bag only has 5. So you don't have a great big bag of oxygen absorbers that now you've got to reseal it. Every time you go through them, you're exposing them all to air. And so these little packs, it's a 5-pack. And so it kind of works out perfectly. I got 5 trays, I fill 5 bags, I've got 5 oxygen absorbers. So after I fill them all, I can just open one, drop it in, open it, drop it in, and then I seal them. And even though they have a zipper top, I still always use the heat sealer, and I do 2 rows of heat seal to just make sure it's good and tight. So that's how I always do the double seal with the heat sealer, whether it's a zipper bag or not. Alright, so then in keeping with the stocking up on organic pasta, I got 5 pounds of spaghetti noodles. And we actually don't really eat pasta very often, you know, just I would say maybe once a month, maybe twice. Twice would be pushing it. But, you know, I want organic pasta. Can't really find organic pasta at our local grocery store. All right, stocking up on some organic Parmesan cheese. So these will go into the freezer, and I can just take them out as I use them, as I need them. Because I'm going to be making lasagna for Thanksgiving or pre-Thanksgiving, I needed some ricotta cheese, so I got some organic ricotta. And then the last thing that I got, because again, Thanksgiving is coming, and I will be making sweet potato casserole, I got some organic sweet potatoes. And now last year, I got a little adventurous. The family wasn't happy. I ordered purple sweet potatoes from Azure Standard, and I made my sweet potato casserole out of the purple sweet potatoes. The family didn't like them, and I will be honest with you, it didn't taste the same. I don't know what it is about the purple sweet potatoes. Now, they're delicious, you know, being baked and stuff like that. It did not taste the same in my sweet potato casserole, and I don't know why, but the family wasn't happy. They didn't eat it. So, good old-fashioned traditional orange sweet potatoes for the Thanksgiving sweet potato casserole this year. Alright, let me stick these cold things away. So, let me take just a minute to talk to you about the chicken and why I am going to be a little bit more intentional about sourcing my chicken from Azure Standard. We live in an area where the only grocery store relatively close is a Walmart. And I'm not dissing Walmart, okay? I'm just putting that out there. It serves a purpose. If I want something other than a Walmart, if I want more options, especially organic options, I've got to drive a ways, okay? Again, I can get a little bit more organic options in Fort Smith. There's Aldi, of course. There's that natural health food kind of store. It's called Old Fashioned Foods. But I decided to go ahead and start sourcing my chicken, at least for now, through Azure Standard. I get all of my beef from a local farm. I buy a half cow at a time, and so I know the farmer, I know where my beef is coming from. But there's been several times recently where, you know, I didn't have any chicken in the freezer, didn't want to have to drive all the way to Fort Smith, and so we just picked up some like boneless, skinless chicken breasts at Walmart. And I don't know what's wrong with the Walmart chicken, but the past I would say maybe 3 times that I have bought chicken from Walmart. Like one day I was making chicken parmesan. And when I make that, the version that I do, it's kind of a low-carb version, but I fillet the chicken breast in half. I don't buy the thin-cut ones. You're going to pay more by the pound. It's super easy. It's effortless to take a whole chicken breast and just take a fillet knife and cut it into the fillets. You're going to get more for your money that way. And so I was making chicken parmesan. I took my fillet knife, I sliced into the chicken, I opened it up, and there were blood spots all through the meat. Now, I understand, things happen. They're chickens. They travel on trucks. Sometimes there's bruises or things like that. This was not a bruise on the outside of the body, like on the edge of the chicken breast or anything like that. That was in the muscle, okay? Little broken blood vessels all inside the meat. And every cut I made, there was more of them, all right? And a pack of chicken's got like, say, 3 or 4 breasts. Every single piece of chicken in that package had the blood spots in it, had the broken vessels in it. And this was from multiple chickens, okay? Something is wrong. And if this was a one-off thing, okay, maybe. But about, I want to say it was the last 3 times in a row that I have purchased chicken from Walmart, this is what I've seen. The last time I was going to make chicken chili, I was dicing up the chicken into cubes. Every piece of chicken that I cut into, every little cut I made, I found more blood spots, more broken blood vessels. And y'all, there is something wrong with that. I have, in all my years, I am 52 years old. I have never seen this before. And I won't eat that. I mean, even biblically speaking, you're not to consume the blood with the animal. And so the fact that I'm cutting into this chicken breast and there's blood vessels that are broken and there's blood spots and sometimes like little blood clots all inside the muscle of this bird, I'm not eating that. I don't want anybody else to eat that, and ended up throwing it away. I'm not even feeding that to like the animals. It went into the trash can. So, because of that, not trusting my food source, at least that food source, that is why I went ahead and I ordered a case of frozen chicken from Azure Standard. And as far as I'm concerned, I will continue to do that. Y'all, there's something wrong. And I don't think I need to expound on that any further, because anybody who's been paying attention to what's going on in the world, what's going on with our food system, if you want to learn more, I can send you some videos. Our food system is corrupt, and the fact that the FDA is responsible for approving the food and the drugs, that is a conflict of interest. And they'll let us eat all this crap and make money off us eating all this crap, and then turn around and make money off the drugs that are supposed to make us better because we're eating all the crap. They're making money both ways, hand over fist. If you want to learn more about just how corrupt the FDA system is, there is a book that I highly recommend. Actually, I did a book club with my friends Tangi from Freedom Homestead and Julie from Row & Co Farms and Anna from Fermented Homestead several years ago. You can find all that on Tangi's channel, Freedom Homestead, but it is called Beyond Labels. And it shows you just how corrupt our food system and the protectors actually are. So, but I am glad to see that some of this information is actually starting to come out. People are starting to talk about it, especially because of some podcasts that have taken place lately with a brother and sister duo, Callie Means and her brother, and I forget his name. they really talk about it. And they talk about how our food does not make us healthy. How there's so many ingredients that are approved to be fed to Americans, but they're illegal pretty much everywhere else. Again, approving the food and approving the drugs and making money off of both. So, anyways, people are starting to fight back. People are starting to wake up about it, and I'm happy to see that. But I don't trust the food system, and there's something wrong with that meat. There's something wrong with that meat, y'all. Like I said, I'm 52 years old. I've never seen this, and I cook a lot. I mean, it's kind of my thing. You know, I've been a food writer for over 2 decades, recipe developer, all these things, published in magazines and newspapers and all that stuff, and I've never seen this before. And it wasn't a one-off. This was multiple birds, multiple packages of meat over a course of several weeks. We need to know our farmers. We need to know where our food's coming from. You know, it really makes me think about the scripture in Mark chapter 16, I think it's verse 18 maybe, where it talks about how believers, if they are given something poisonous to drink and, you know, they don't know about it, that it will not hurt them. The importance of sourcing our food carefully and praying over our food, I think we're really seeing just how important that is for ourselves, for our family, our children, our grandchildren. The love of money is the root of all evil. But in any case, that is all I had for y'all today. Again, all of these came from Azure Standard, as usual. I'm not affiliated with them or in any way, but I do like to share what I get, and I like to watch other people's haul videos because it helps me see what's out there. Azure Standard's got tons of things that you can get, that you can order. You just got to look for a co-op or a drop in your area. And but that is it. Thanks for joining me here again at the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread. I'll talk to y'all next time.